Good morning and welcome to the fifth quarter Northern Arizona Style. I'm your host, Danny Neal, and today, for the first time, I get to have as my co-host the man with all the stats, the man with all the records, the man with all the knowledge, the man that knows everything about high school sports in Northern Arizona, my friend Russell Woods. Good morning, Russell. How you doing this morning, man?
Hello, Coach. It's so good to see you. Happy Veterans Day to everybody out there. After this show, I've got a nice long honeydew list to do. Debbie's got me painting her room this morning, and we got it's gonna be a beautiful day in Phoenix to do that kind of thing.
You got it. And happy Veterans Day to you also, man. You know, it's a special day. Um, I remember my uncle Frank Nat. He was in the Marines, and he went on to be a major in the Marines. And I used to see him coming home in his whites and blues and looking good. And I'm like, that's what I want to do. I'm going to the Marines. And man, I did everything. And the draft ended rank 72 when I graduated, so I didn't have to go. Man, I signed up for the Marines. I was ready. I was leaving on Monday, went to the recruiter's office on Friday, and he told me, yeah, man, we're going to bus you to Phoenix, then we're going to fly you. All I heard was flying. He's still looking for me. And I never went back to that office anymore. So, and now for the last month, I've been flying back and forth to Tulsa, you know. So I finally got my courage back, man. But I just want to say thank you and acknowledge all the veterans everywhere, man. And they're special people, special people.
Yes, you have to be if you're going to dedicate your life to defending something.
That's right. That's right. I'm just trying to get my girls to defend the basketball right now and having problems. So you know how that goes, man. So what's up with you, man? I know we had a big city game last night. You know, volleyball is just, I believe, ending, and I'm just trying to catch up. So catch me up, man.
Well, volleyball wise, the Flagcoco girls made it to the quarterfinals. They ran into a buzzsaw with ALA Gilbert North, losing in 3 sets. I think it took them a couple games, maybe a couple weeks, to finally realize Graceland Nez was not going to be on the court with them this year. Once they figured that out, they had a really good season.
Yeah, well, it looked like it played really well. I'm glad Coach Johnson's not here today because if you'd reminded him that Grace Lindez is not going to be on the court for him either, he might have started right now.
He's got enough weaponry, and he's going to be just fine. I don't know if he's going to be top 5, but he's going to be fine come region, and he's going to make another long push in the playoffs.
We talk about it all the time, and you'll never be able to replace Graceland, but I think we got enough we can do it by committee now.
Mm-hmm.
So good. So what's up? What else is going on? I know we got a guest coming on with a bunch of more information about our things going on, man. I'm just sit back and listen and learn today. But so what else you got going on? Well, I was at the Flagcoco game last night. The Flagcoco community night. It was cold, and there was probably a good reason why I left at halftime.
Well, you should have said hi to me. I mean, Bubba and I were there. We watched the whole thing. Um, I'm going to say the score. The Panthers won 82-0, and everything I had to say about the game, I left on the field last night. But someone else that was there that's been following our teams all year, probably the Panther with the most spirit in the history of Coconino High School. I'd like to present to the show my lifelong friend, Bubba Ganter.
Good morning, Bubba. How you doing, man? I'm so happy to have you here, man. I'm coming with Bubba, man. We all right. Good morning.
It's all good, guys. Russell, thank you. Again, I'm kind of like Russell on this one. Left it there last night, said what I had to say last night, and chatted with a couple of people afterwards. And everybody, like you said, I was a person in high school. They said what are they going to be doing in 20 years, and they had me listed as don't have CHS tattooed all over his back of the Panthers. Well, I got a bunch of Panthers on me, but and I say that to lead into this. I bleed Coconino, red and black for life. It is. And, I know you said we were going to talk about it, but I was highly disappointed in the way that game turned out. Of course, I always want to see Coconino win. I want to see all our teams do well. I just didn't like the way that was handled last night.
And like I said, I stayed till halftime. Reason I didn't see you guys, I got somewhere where it was warm and I didn't move. But but I was
that makes one of us.
Bench, like on the first, second row, directly behind the flag guy bench.
Right.
I can say that Flag High's players through the first half that was there still were cheering each other on. They were still just trying to fight, Right. And from my vantage point there, I just don't think they ever gave up.
Right. And we were streaming and we had the game going. And so I would every once in a while have one of my cameras. I tell them to zoom in to that sideline. I just wanted to see what it looked like over there. More when they started the score started running away. I was just really concerned. And like I said, Danny, I think you, Russell, all of us that grew up, we've always been that. Okay, there's a time to pull the pedal. Pull your foot off the pedal. There was no way coming back. And I don't know, like I said, this is the last thing I want to talk about it, but that's not Flagstaff. I don't think that was not how we do it in Northern Arizona. To our own. I don't know, maybe if it was, Cactus or something like that, I'd probably be jumping up in joy, but not to one of our own. Because I always say it's two teams, but it's one community.
Yeah, I like that, man. Can I use that? You don't have that copyrighted, do you?
Yeah, I've called this is a sibling rivalry. It's not just a crosstown rivalry. I mean, Danny's an Eagle, Bubba's a Panther, but his folks went to Flag High. I'm a Panther. My folks went to Flag High, and every family in town is like that. It's a mix of both.
Well, I'm like, Bubba bleeds red and black. I bleed green and brown. But I've been at the rec center so long time. No, all the kids in Coconino. So how can I not support them? I've always done it anyway. But this is a great community.
Right.
We want to beat each other's behinds. And I tell the kids in Coconino, I'm upset with you if you don't try to beat us. When my girls play Coconino's girls, and some of those girls I've coached and seen come up through youth basketball league, I let them know. Your coach gonna get mad at me because if you go to half stepping, I'm gonna let you know about yourself.
Right.
You better try to beat my behind.
It should be. Sorry to cut you. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
It should be a healthy rivalry. It should be healthy. We should have fun. Of course, we all know that game week is a different week. I mean, when we were growing up, we would all party together. We'd hang out together, and but come rivalry week, we didn't like each other. But it wasn't a hate relationship. It was like, it's game week. It's game time. It's time to take care of business. And then we were friends again. How do you come back from this? How do you look at your crosstown friend or brother and be like, okay with that? Because I remember after my senior year when we beat Flag High, we went to a party where all the Flag High kids were. They slammed the door in our face. We got it. We understood. We knew they were right. Next week we were back to normal. So hopefully kids will bounce back. I saw some pictures on Facebook of Jaden and Chase, and they had a slight smile on their face, and after that, that's hard. I'm one of the people, I take everything personal. I would be, and I'd be, whatever. But to see that made me feel better knowing, hey, these kids are young, they're resilient. My is genetically resilient. And in these situations, it's time for, the Flag High kids to be resilient and bounce back. And the only thing you do is improve. Can't get no worse. Only way you got to go up is now. Now, all season, I'm sure they're gonna take a few weeks off, or maybe even the rest of the year off. But come January, it should be nothing. If you're playing, I shouldn't say that because we do play multiple sports. But if you're not playing another sport, it's time to be in that weight room. It's time to start studying. It's starting to do what you got to do to better yourself. And that's the main thing with what youth sports and supports. It's supposed to build character. You know, that's what we used to do. When we don't want our kids, what's the first thing we say? It teaches discipline. Right. And that's the first thing we say. It teaches discipline. And and I think after, like I said, not after today or last night, there's nowhere to go but up for both schools. There's nowhere to go but up. And I pray for those kids. I worry more for the kids. Looking forward to change gears a little bit. It's basketball season, baby. I know you excited, then. It's basketball season.
I'm excited. And through all that you were talking about, Bubba, about the kids being resilient and stuff, add to that what Russell has made known for ever since he's been doing this thing he's doing. This is the greatest rivalry in the state of Arizona.
Yes.
You know, this is not just two teams who played against each other the last 10 years.
Right. And it's not just football. And with volleyball, it was, like, what was it, Weininger? Running through Coconino's gym. Like he owned it, and it's like I was a little mad. I'm like, he disrespecting our house. But
and you take that serious, you're a grown man, Coconino beat us for the first time in a long time, and one of the parents got out there, took his shirt off in the middle of our court. And he was, hey man, y'all got to get me. But you know what? After that, we laughed about it.
Yeah.
To this day, that was probably 15 years ago. We still laugh about that.
That's what's up, though. But that's what it's all about. We want fans to be fans. We want you to cheer. We just want you to be respectful. Be respectful to the other parents, to the players, to the officials, to fans, to each other. Be respectful. It's okay to cheer. Shoot, I'm the biggest cheerleader there is. But I'll never respect the other team. It's all cheering and fun. And so I get it. I mean, Russell, you know how it was when we were in USA. I don't know if he told you, but we were in USA Today as one of the top spirited schools in the nation.
Still looking for that article. As soon as I get it, I'll be posting it everywhere. But yeah. Coconino was nationally recognized for its school spirit when we were in school. I think it was our junior year when we got it. Coconino takes it seriously. Not just the freshmen cheer during a pep assembly and then the juniors and then it gets all loud. No, it's something that permeates the entire culture.
Yes.
There's still some cheers that Coconino does now that I cringe when I hear them, because but when you got Flag and Coconino playing together and in a gym like that, and talking about the community, we've had packed houses where the fire marshal stop people from coming in. How many times have you seen somebody get kicked out? It doesn't happen.
Right.
Cheering, they're working hard, they're respectful. Yeah, the ADs may have to go quiet the student body down a little bit when they get but that's all in the fun of it.
That's what it is.
You don't see a bunch of fights after the games. It's a beautiful thing, and we need to keep respecting it. Coach Latley is a very good man and a friend of mine, and so I think what happened like last night, like you said, we leave it out there and we move forward from there and just see what goes well. Just pray and wish the best for both programs.
Right. And like community, and I know Russell, I know you say it's me, but honestly, man, what you're doing with Flagcoco and everything, I mean, you're the man. You're the man. I'm just a spirit guy. You're the fact, like Danny said, all the stuff. I'm just a spirit guy. And even going down to the state championships to follow Flag High last year in the state championship. That's what it's about. We had one of the city council members come with us. We had the Navajo president come. That's what it's about. When you have important people in your city coming to support one of the local schools, that's what it's all about. And that's what we need to keep it like that. Support our kids and our youth, and let's build them, teach them character, and responsibilities, because that's what sports do. All that, but we teach everything, and a lot of your better humans in the world have played a sport and got that discipline as a child and move forward.
Right.
And I've known you all my life. You was probably in the living room when I was born, and you know how the family is. When you were coaching with my dad, you know how it is. You know that man had nothing but respect, and it was all about the kids and teaching. And that's the way you guys know how you coach, how Tyrone coaches. I have nothing but respect for the coaches here. Again, it hiccup last night, but let's move forward.
Exactly, and your dad gave me my very first job. So yeah, and so we're moving forward, and I think Flag High School has been very successful in girls basketball. 17, we've been there. This will be our 17th year.
Right.
And we've been to 16 straight state tournaments. Yada yada yada, going and on. Coach Johnson's coach of the year, state coach of the year. But the thing that I know he's most proud of, and the thing that I am most proud of, is we have doctors, we have lawyers, we have school teachers, we have first responders. Every walk of life. We have somebody at Safeways. Every walk of life, which is a positive thing, and that goes for Coconino High School too. I look at Courtney Begay and some of these people that played and they come to the rec center now working out. Oh yeah, I'm working for Gore. Oh yeah, I'm working for FedEx. So man, the kids that are coming out these programs are incredible.
Right, exactly.
And the same gonna happen for the ones from at Flag High last night and the ones at Coconino last night. The parents might be upset. The kids are gonna be all right.
Right. And but one of the things, was Holden Center. That's my intern for my production company. That's my intern. Actually, he's already been taking classes at NYU in the film production class, and
wow.
So he wrote a script, and we're gonna shoot this script. I'm gonna produce his script and shoot it, direct it in the next couple of months. We're gonna do one of his things. We're gonna get it in all the film festivals.
That's all right, man. These guys, kids are doing big things. So, and I once again just to piggyback off what you said about the gentleman here with us, Russell Woods. He's doing something now that should have been done 20 years ago.
Exactly.
Invest in our youth. Everybody talk about it.
Well, thank you.
What this man has done, he is truly invested in youth, and he's a celebrity. I know two celebrities. I'm with two celebrities today, man. This is a great day for me.
Right.
So,
what?
Thank both of you guys, man, for what y'all doing in the
community. We got great kids, and in the last couple weeks, I one of the things I really appreciate about this show is that when you let me host, you let me pick the guest. Last week we had Avery Weems. He's building a career in baseball, but the week before that we had Bridger Hershey. He's been to college and he's building his own business, and it's like you were talking about, Danny. We've got kids going through all walks of life. They're all varying degrees of success. They're doing our hometown proud. Hershey and Weems, they their families go back in this town generations. They're firmly part of this town. They get what what the rivalry is and what the schools are and what Flagstaff is all about. So having them on the show, coming around once in a while, telling us what they're doing. I'm hoping in 6 months after graduation, 6 months, a year, 2 years, we have Holden Senna on, and maybe he's got a script that's flying, and maybe Bubba's got it. All these kids, I know. I've got a short list of. I'm hoping to have Crystal Tabarez on. He won the Bill Epperson Award like 6 years ago, so he's flattered when I just handed him the award for this year, and he handed it to Cooper French. He's a guy that's big in the community.
Right.
Yeah. I had pictures. I just got here too late. Ty Furr, he's going to the police academy. He won a Flagcoco Spirit Award a few years ago, and he went to NAU as a walk-on, and he's he's got some stories to tell him, and he's going to be part of this family for years to come.
I mean, and let's look at Flag High and Eric Caputo. He's in the FBI. Now he's the chief of police at Grand Canyon University. That's the kind of people we have that come from here.
Yeah, I mean, I look at Twitter and around the state. You talk about these about Hamilton Chandler and Chaparral Saguaro, but they only talk about it in Flagstaff. Like any growing city has its own problems. Everyone's going to be talking about the housing and NAU encroaching, and now you got built infrastructure for the burn scars, so there's no flooding through town 3 different ways. It's got its problems, but they're our problems, and we bring the kids out that are going to eventually solve them.
Right. There you go.
I mean, Danny's a really old guy. Bubba and I are old guys. We're not going to be here forever. So if we
get treated.
Yeah, he put us on blast like that.
But this is a town where it used to be where kids would graduate and they'd go. There's a lot of folks from Flagstaff that live down here in Phoenix, or they live in LA or Vegas or just out because it's tough to come back and live here. So for those that are dedicated to this hometown, like the ones I mentioned and many others, more power to them. They're the ones that are going to build this town. They're going to be the entrepreneurs and the city councilmen and the heads of police. They're the ones that are going to build after. So,
but it takes people like yourself, takes people like Bubba, who's been very, very successful. But look where he's at.
Came home.
You got people like Tyrone Johnson, who probably could be coaching NCAA somewhere right now.
Yeah.
Right. But look where he's at. One of my coworkers, Crystal Warren Gant, who does a segment on the show, could probably be the next Oprah. Look where she's at. Mm-hmm. So you've got to have these leaders. You got to have these role models. And so you guys are doing that. You look on TV, you look on everything. And when you talk about Flagstaff youth, in the past, it's been that 10% doing negativity. Russell Woods has brought that 90% is doing good things to life. So it takes people like yourselves for these kids to have the want to come home. So, I mean, it takes all of us. I agree with that.
It took me 33 years, but I'm here. I got city-fied. I wasn't ready for this. I'm a city boy now. Graduated, LA, and I come back here, and that was a wake-up call. Like, wait, everything closed at 8?
Hey, you know what? You are a celebrity. You are very. You don't get out there and put it yourself out there like that. But me knowing you so long, I want you to give people a little resume of the things you've done, because you've done some incredible things, man. And to come home and not walk away from it, because you can still get on a plane. I see you still doing that.
There's been many thoughts.
but give us a little rundown of some of the things you've done since you left high school.
All right, I gave you the short bio. Because if you look at my bio, it's 10 pages long. No, I'm kidding.
I know.
So, I got scholarship out here. I was looking at going to San Diego State. They were recruiting me. And unfortunately, the kids need to hear this. I had to prop 48 my first year because I didn't take the ACT and the SAT. So I had the grades, but I wasn't able to go. So I had to go to Scottsdale. I went to Scottsdale first. Unfortunately, there I had some injuries, so I coached a couple of years at Scottsdale Community College. And then I was a bodyguard. The very first person I ever bodyguard was Dolly Parton. Then I went on to Milli Vanilli, and yes, I knew they were lip syncing. Yes, I knew it wasn't them.
Most people don't know what you're talking about.
Right? They're like, huh? And then I was with New Kids on the Block. I was then I ended up taking over the head of security for them. I was with them for 6 years, and then I did my first movie in '95. And it's from that point on, I did theater. I actually did. There's a movie. It was called A Soldier Story. It was about a Black Army troop in World War II, I think it was. And I ended up doing a stage play of that for 3 years. Moved on, through history, acting, had a very lucrative career. Matter of fact, the lady that was running for mayor of Sedona, we did Mentalist together. We had a scene together in the Mentalist. So I thought that was pretty cool. But I ended up my last series I was on Salmon Cat with Ariana Grande. I'm sure the kids know who that is, Ariana Grande. So I was on that. Finished off my Nickelodeon career on a show called Game Shakers. Did 4 seasons of that. One of the last 2 big major things I did was Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for Disney. And I did the Dolomite movie with Eddie Murphy. And I've done movies with everybody. I've been in the business a long time. COVID hit, time to come home. And I coached my first that 2 season. I coached there with Copenhagen, but due to illness and ailments and stuff like that, I switched over to CAF, and now with CAF Sports, we're bringing, and my motto is CAF Sports, we're bringing local high school sports to you live and in living color. It was the first season, so we did football, did a little volleyball. We'll do a lot more basketball. So we're picking up, and we'll get that out to the, because there's a lot of alumni between Russell and myself. I think we've gotten a lot of the old alumni to start paying attention to what's going on here. So that's the short version. I started a company and my film company here. My plans are to film TV movies. That's my ultimate plan. I want to build a sound stage. That's one of the reasons, because there's so much, not only in sports, I know we're talking sports, but there's so much talent from these young people that doesn't get seen because we're in a small town. And my goal eventually is to start showcasing that talent to the world, to get more people to where you're at, where Russell's at, where I'm at, just to get out to do things. I asked the kid last night, you want to do this? He goes, yeah. That's in a nutshell what my plans is. And I'm happy to be home. Then I'm happy to see you all today. Every time I see you, I have a smile on my face, because you're one of the people that influenced me with, like I said, with my father, watching you with the family, like do relation being cousin. It's just, one of the men I respect most. And I think anybody that says has nothing but respect for what you do for this community. You started, my dad started back in the day. You took over.
Well, you took over. I can't tell you. My dad community stuff and things he was building. But when he retired and left, Danny, you stepped in, and what you've done for this community is just outrageous. Like I said, you started the new phase of it. You started it where we're at today. It was people like you that made it possible for Russell to do what he does, and for me to come in and giving me another platform to voice myself. And I know we only got a short time, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna try to shut up, because you let me, when we get together, we can talk. Hopefully you guys will have me back and we can touch on something else. But that in a nutshell, nothing but respect for you, Danny, nothing but respect for you, Russell, and to the city of Flagstaff or Northern Arizona, nothing but respect. And let's keep, as a community, let's kill all this other nonsense, all the division, and let's become one community like we talked about. Right. And it's funny, and I'm sorry, Russell, I was just going to say it's funny, and I'm glad you said close. We're very, very close. Last year, I had my JV team was undefeated going into the Cohost game. Right? We were down 14 points in the 4th quarter, and we came back.
Right.
I got in the locker room with the girls after we did senior night and all that. Somebody, hey, look at this post. Look at this post. It was from Bubba Ganter. It said, and I said, I got in the locker room. I'm like, ladies, this after we came back and won. Look at this post from Bubba. It says, Flag Guy girls are down by 14 with 9 minutes to go in the game. Looks like their undefeated season is over.
I'm sorry.
And I'm like, this is my So, but that's just stuff to laugh about, man. You gave my girl something to cheer so hard and be so proud about, man. So it's hindsight, thank you. You know?
And and it's crazy because I get just as much love at Flag High as I get
and you
at
should.
between Janine, the new principal, and all the coaches. I get nothing but love, and I respect that. I can't do nothing but to cheer for you guys and root you on. And I want you to have another. Well, no, we're not going to jinx that. Just go out there. I've been coaching.
Hey, you know, there's a lot of good teams out there. All we want to do is compete. And once again, the Flagcoco rivalry is special. And with you guys bringing it in, it's just good things happening. It's going to be some more exciting times. When you look at Cassie, Coach Schrader over at Coconino, she's somebody that played. Just found out yesterday her dad, Tim Schrader, is coaching with the boys at Flag High now.
Okay.
and you know, seems like we got Savannah Bix, who's doing big things out at Boston Youth now, who's coaching really well. So that's the beauty in all this, man. You know, that's a blessing in that, especially like Russell said, I'm an old guy. And just think how many kids I've seen come through here, man, and done really, really well. And so for me, I haven't done anything because, you know, you're supposed to treat kids right. So that's all I've tried to do. There ain't nothing special about that.
Right.
Nothing at all. All you're doing is what you're supposed to do. Stop bragging, stop, oh, I did this, I did that. No, you did what you were supposed to do. So that's why I let a lot of that stuff I appreciate it. It makes you feel good. Thank you very much. But at the same time, I got to go out there and treat this next kid the same way, regardless of where he is. And as far as you got MPA too. You know, we can't forget about MPA. We can't forget about all these charter schools with all these kids that are doing really well. And I know Russell's been doing has done a lot with that, not forgetting about those other kids. And you have to. So we want to talk about the whole city and, you know.
Right. And eventually I'm planning on getting in there and streaming their games. But you see all the equipment I have, man. I got one in me a week. Break down, you know, it's like I plan on getting, and they use K-Jackets helped us a lot. And so, so moving on, because my plan, like I said, I got, when I do create my graphics and stuff like that, I got NPAN bases on there and their colors and what numbers I need to use for their colors. Now I just got to do something with it.
Well, you know, it's about time we leave, and I know when Coach Johnson is here, he does what he calls his golden nugget question of the week, which is just a question which we're gonna, I don't know if Russell has one prepared, but since he's such a wealth of knowledge and knows you so well, he can come out of his head with one. So Russell, we would like, and this is something motivational. We want you to inspire somebody with especially ask. So now it is time for Russell Wood and his golden question of the week.
You know, Tyrone always sets me up with that, and I always go away. So my golden nugget is a memory. And I've wanted to say this to Bubba for a long time, that in 6th grade I learned, you know, despite what our grades were, you're smarter than I am. Okay. You remember when we did the Coca-Cola shootout thing when we were like 6th grade?
Yes.
Okay, and we went door to door, and you know, we got people do like 50 cents for a shot we make, or 10 cents. And
right.
Then we do our shots. I thought I was, and we did that together. You know, we practiced in your neighborhood in the morning, and then we went to the school and we did it. I thought I was smart because I just stood right under the basket and just put in one right after the other. I got like 35. I think I might have even doubled. But a couple weeks later, you're the one that got the Coke can trophy, and I got just this little dinky purple ribbon.
Right.
And I didn't figure it out because until years later that it wasn't about how many shots you made. It was about how much money you collected. And then you've always been the personable one, and you got more sponsors than I did, and you were smart because you went back and you collected all that money.
Right?
I got a few sponsors, and I might have collected a couple bucks, but at that point I realized that I might have been more book smart than you were, but as far as knowing how the world really works, way
Right.
back in 6th grade, I realized you're smarter than I am.
But yeah, I do remember. I still got that trophy.
Yeah.
Still had that trophy. It's at my parents' house in Vegas, and I'll see them today.
Take a picture of it if you can.
I will.
I will. Out of it.
Hey, Bubba, what year did you graduate from high school?
87.
Okay. Was that before Casper Rice and Jewel Russell and Mel Hanna and those guys? After that was after.
That was after. Lonnie graduated with Casper. Well, it was Lonnie, Casper was the one class, Jewel was the class under.
Okay, and you had Mel Hanna.
Yeah, Hanna. So that was 79 when they all graduated. Bruce Williamson was 80 from Cohost. Who was in Flag? Eric Stingley, all that crew. That was all like 79.
Well, I just brought that up because I always thought that backfield, Casper Rice, Mel Hanna, Joe Russell was probably one of the best backfields I've ever seen anywhere.
Yes. Yeah. And potential everywhere.
Huh?
And had potential to go anywhere.
Exactly. So, but I just thought I wanted to ask you about that, but we'll get off. But now, hey, once again, guys, it's been great. A lot of laughs. Because just because you're doing your thing on TV and we're doing this little thing here, people are asking, hey, does that conflict a little? Well, I think we've answered that today.
Right.
We got each other's backs 100%. And anything I can do to help you, we here. And I know anything you can do to help us, we ask you're here too.
Right. Can I say, we got to say one thing and two, and any of the youth just watching, never let anybody steal your dream. If you have a dream, you fight for it. You do it. If you believe in it, you believe it. Never let a dream killer kill your dream, and always look to improve. You're never going to be on top. Just think about that. You'll never be on top. You still always strive to be a better you each day, and you'll be successful in life.
Hey, we like that. No copyright on that, I hope, because I'm using it in practice.
So let's give me credit at least.
I got you, cuz. I got you. I promise. Hey, guys, it's been good. It's been fun. And so, Russell, yes. I know you honeydews to do. And Bubba, thank you very much. And I don't know how you and Coach Johnson doing, man. But, hey, everybody go do what you do. You ain't got to go home, but Russell.
But you can't stay here.